guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're a if you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing and thank you for coming back and watching this video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Please subscribe and hit that notification button so you know when I do upload new videos. I try to be consistent, but life gets me. I'm a little sporadic. What can I say? Is what it is. So if you hit the notification button, you'll know when I actually do upload new videos. So there you go. So what I've been thinking is I did my last video. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it below. My last video, I featured the Morphe 35H Hotspot palette. So super pretty palette. Right? Yeah, Hotspot. I always want to say hot shot. It's Hotspot palette. So I don't know. I feel like a lot of palettes are coming out and it's like, hurry up and get a review on, hurry up and do a look, but do a look that's different than everybody else so people watch your video. But I'm like, you know what? There's so many colors and so many things you can do with that. And you know, some people do a couple, you know, looks in their one video and whatever else, but I feel like I want more time. I want more time to play with it. I want more time to come up with different looks, different, you know, ideas. So I think what I'm going to try to do is do a couple looks with each palette that has come out, as long as it's a versatile palette that has a lot of color and options in it. So with this palette, I did the green look. Like I said, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it below. And I did have a couple issues with the color. It started to look patchy, this, that, and the other. And I was like, gosh, is it really, you know, is it the palette? Is it that? Is it other makeup I've applied, you know, what have you. Go check it out. But anyway, I wanted to keep playing with it, and I've been playing with it, and I came up with this look today, and I like it. So I don't want to say too much more because I ramble on in the outro, like after the video, my, you know, conclusion on everything. I ramble on a little bit there, so I'm not going to take too much time now in the introduction to go on and on and on about it. But if you want to see how I did this look using the Morphe 35H Hotspot palette, then just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to do my eyes first, which I typically do my face, like the base, and then do my eyes, but I don't know. Feeling a little, I don't know. I was gonna say spontaneous, but that's really not spontaneous. I don't know. I just don't want to deal with fallout and all that kind of nonsense. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. Oh. It never fails. I sit down, close the door, and a pug comes in, so I'm sorry. Like there's one outside the door and she's snoring, and I feel like it's so loud. So if you can hear that, I really am sorry. So I just use my concealer. What do I use? My Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in light. And then I'm just gonna set that with some powder. All right, so let's jump into this again. Let's see. I think the first color I'm gonna go in with is Caffeine Buzz, this dark. I don't know why I do that. I'm gonna go in with this color here, Caffeine Buzz. That's what I'm gonna do. And I think. I'm actually gonna go in with this Sigma E25 blending brush. Just kidding. I always go in with my Morphe E27 brush. So I'm just switching it up. So this shadow seems a bit soft. So a bit of kick up there from that. I just like to point that out. Just so you know. And then I'm just gonna above the crease there. That's it. Nothing crazy. I'm just gonna build up that color. And then so I'm putting majority of the color down above the crease, so it's darker here, and then blending it up just to carry that color up here so it's not such a stark difference, because I do have a lot of eye space here, but I'm going higher here because what I put on the lid ends up transferring because I do have hooded eyes. So I'm going up here, putting majority of the color there, and then bringing it up a bit, just so this isn't like a stark difference, just to blend it out. So far I do like how that color applies. It applies nicely, not looking patchy. It blends out pretty good. So yeah. So let's roll with it. So I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm really wanting to use this gold color called Poppy. I really want to use this. So I don't know if I'm gonna use a combination of these two, but I think I'm just gonna go in with this. I really want to see how this applies to the lid. So I'm going to go in with this Morphe M124 brush. It's just a flat brush. And I'm gonna dip into that color, and I always go in with that color first with no product, no MAC Fix Plus or anything like that, because I want to see how it's going to apply. So hey, let's roll with it. Let's see what happens. So I'm just going to continue to press that, and all I'm doing is picking it up, don't have any extra product, and I'm just going to press that all over the lid, all the way up to where I applied that brown color at the crease. And I'm only gonna come about 3/4 of the way. I'm gonna leave this a little bare because I'm gonna put a darker color out there. So far it's not bad. Now I'm gonna go in and just pick some up on my pinky just to see if pressing that on builds it up a bit. So there's just putting it on like that with the brush and then pressing some on with the finger. So now let's go ahead, I'm gonna pick that up on that same, pick some up on that same Morphe brush, and I'm gonna spray some MAC Fix Plus. Well, I think I am. And let's just see if that intensifies it. So I'm just giving you three different options three different options, but I'm just showing you how it applies the three different ways. It actually applied pretty good without the MAC Fix Plus, but I feel like putting the MAC, the spray on there, and you can use anything, you can use setting spray or what have you. I just have the MAC Fix Plus. This was just, I think I paid $10 for this, and I've had it forever. I got it from Nordstrom, but you can see, like prior to, it looked like it had some patchy spots, but applying the spray to the brush and putting it in, I feel like it just melds the color together, so it makes it look more seamless. So that's just my thoughts on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye real quick. Okay, so I just want that to dry down a little bit just because it is wet from putting the Matte Fix Plus on there. So I'll just let the one eye dry down a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with this eye and see how you can see where it transfers up there. So you just go back in with that first brush and just lightly blend. And I didn't pick up any extra product. Just lightly blend out a little bit. That is all. So now what I think I'm gonna do is go in with, really want to use this color, Wave Maker. Really want to use this dark blue navy color. It's called Wave Maker, and I'm gonna pick that up on my Luxie 141 mini round brush, ever so slight. And I didn't get with that gold color. I mean, after digging in there with the brush and then my finger and then Matte Fix Plus on there, you know, I did make a little bit of a mess. I didn't get too much fallout. There's some, you know, on my cheek here, but I can clean it up, and I didn't do my foundation first because I was kind of thinking that was going to happen. Did get a little bit on my shirt, but not a big deal. So anyway, I'm going to pick up that blue color, ever so slight, see? And I'm going to press that in the outer corner. And I'm gonna drag it up a bit to meet up with that brown right in there, that first color. So I'm gonna come up and then I'm gonna come in a little bit. Just be patient and take your time, because once you apply a whole lot of color, it's really difficult, especially the dark color, it's difficult to, you know, you're gonna have to blend that out. So if you go in with a light hand, take your time and build it up, it's gonna be a lot easier, a lot better than going in with old ham hand and putting it on, and then you're gonna have this really dark area that you're probably gonna wanna blend out. So you just make more work for yourself. And then I'm just slightly bringing it in. Blending those two so it doesn't look so harsh. And then you pick up a little more. And I'm more or less just stamping it on at first to lay down that color. And then bringing it across just to blend it out a bit. And in person, it doesn't look as dark navy. Almost looks more like a, I don't know, I want to say like it has like a little bit of a turquoisey hue to it. I don't know if that's the right word I want. But it doesn't look as dark navy as it does in the pan, which is fine, still a very pretty color. Gonna do that. And then I'm gonna go back in with that first brush and just gently tap. right over that line right there so it doesn't look so harsh. So they blend in a little bit better. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave everything like that for now. I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna do the rest of my face because I don't know, I just didn't want to make this tutorial about anything but my eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, and then I'll come back and I'll finish up underneath the eye and yeah, just finish the eyes off. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished up my face. That's where we left the eyes. So let's get back to it. I'm gonna go ahead and I think what I wanna do is I think I'm gonna do a winged liner, and I'm gonna use my Kat Von D tattoo liner in Mad Max Brown. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a wing liner. And you guys know I gotta get all up in the mirror, so I'm kind of like, why'd I come back on camera to do that just to get all up in the mirror and you're not gonna be able to see it anyway. Sorry. So just a subtle small wing. Kind of interesting. Because obviously it's not as dark as like what a black would be, but it doesn't exactly look brown mixing with those colors. So let me do the other eye real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I did the liner. So let me go ahead and finish up the underneath of the eye. So I'm gonna go back in with Caffeine Buzz. Gosh, I love these. So I'm gonna go in with another Luxie 111 mini flat angled brush. I love these little mini brushes from Luxie. So I believe I got them in a Ipsy bag, Boxy Charm, but then I ordered another set of them from Ipsy for like $10 because I like them so much. So gonna get right up to the lash line and brush that color all along that lower lash line. Like part of me wants to put on a darker brown, but then I'm like, no, we're gonna leave it like this because I really want the focus to be on that gold and the blue. So I'm gonna do that, and then what I'm gonna do is I have this Japonesque, and it's a gold liner. So let's see. So it's a darker goldish liner. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on the lower waterline. Okay, so it's nothing too crazy. I didn't want to, hold on, a little crooked. So I didn't want to go in with like just a plain nude like color to open up the eye. White would have been too much, and I was like, well, I don't really want to go with a darker color either because I didn't want it to close in the eye. So I thought that nice subtle gold would open it up a bit and add to the look. So now what I want to do is I'm going to curl my lashes, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply these the No Trim Effortless lashes from Velour, and here's what they look like. Here's the little kit I got from Sephora. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop off real quick and put those on. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just popped on the lashes, and I'm going to finish the look with little bit of highlight. So I'm going to use the Ofra highlighter Star Island. A little bit on that on the inner corner in my brow bone. Let's see. Just a subtle hint. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and line my lips with MAC Subculture Lip Pencil. So just fill that in, and it's a lot like my regular lip color, so yeah. And then I'm gonna go in with the Tarte lipstick in Beach Babe. So they recently had these on Sephora and they were like 50% off, so I got a couple of them for $10 instead of $21. So it's super pretty color. Pat it just to blend it, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set my face with the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. And there you have it. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that if you have bought this palette that you are loving it so far. I will say that I really like it. Like that gold, I mean, when I started this video, I've been really slow, like going on and off camera. So kind of feel like, you know, on SpongeBob when it's like 2 hours later. Yeah, that's what I feel like. It really hasn't been that long, but again, the way that gold applied, even using just the brush, which was fine. It wasn't as stark and as dramatic, but then using the finger to apply it, intensified it a bit, and then using the MAC Fix Plus on the brush just kind of brought it together, intensified it more, melted the color together, just gave it a better coverage like that. So I mean, depending on what you're going for and what you want, you have 3 different options to apply it but intensify it, if that makes sense. So I really like it, and as you can see, I mean, even the transfer on the top, like I usually have a hard time with glitters and transferring and making a mess, but this color, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The blue color isn't as dark as what I thought, but it's still super pretty. The brown, the Caffeine Buzz, I think that blended out nicely. Haven't had any problem with that. So overall, like I said, I'm gonna keep playing with it, and so far I really am liking the palette. I mean, there's so many different looks you can get out of that. You know, and the color schemes, you know, some people would look at this and be like, oh my gosh, well, what would I do with those? But yeah. My lash is coming off right there. I don't know, so I've been, just a little side note, I've been using this Pure Cosmetics eyelash adhesive, and I liked it the first couple times, but like opening it this time, and I haven't had it that long, it seemed a little crusty like already, and duh, I get it's glue, but I haven't had it that long, so I wouldn't have thought that it would have got that crusty that quick. But yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna waste the time to fix that now, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about that. So, I mean, that's reality, people. Your eyelash, I mean, sometimes it just comes off. So, anyway, so like I said, I've really been liking this palette. I do recommend it. I don't get any money from Morphe. This isn't anything. This is just my honest opinion for the $24. I really like it, and I really have not been let down by this palette. You know, in the last video, the one color, the green, if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. It started to look patchy, and I was getting a lot of transfer. I was having a harder time, but then I had a couple other snafus in the video with some other makeup too, so I wasn't sure if it was that or, you know, the color. But given this eye look and how it turned out and how everything went on, I have to say I like it. I like it, people. So anyway, as always, I appreciate you stopping by my channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you're new, please subscribe, hit the notification button so you know when I do upload new videos, and Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day or evening or whenever you're watching this. Bye.